Evening, wherever.
Breathe in, breathe
Welcome to Star King School for the Ministry First Tuesday Chapel.
I breathe in
Roots
peace.
and
When I
renewal.
breathe
Welcome, everyone.
out,
Welcome.
I'll breathe out.
Please rest and relax in the beauty of this music and images.
I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out,
At your own pace, breathe
I'll breathe
in, breathe out, and welcome your sacred being, your body, to this time of ritual, community, prayer, song. Welcome.
Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out.
Welcome, everyone.
My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down. My roots go down, down to the
Roots
earth.
and
My
renewal.
roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down. I am a wildflower pushing through the storms. I am a wildflower.
Beloveds, welcome to Star King School for the Ministry First Tuesday of the Month Chapel.
My roots go down. My roots go down, down into the
We're celebrating roots and renewal, celebrating the wisdom of our bodies. Welcome.
my roots go down. I am a willow swaying through the storm. I am a willow swaying through the storm. I am a willow swaying through the storm. My roots go down. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down.
Thank you, Matthew Waterman, for picking this music for us this morning. Roots, renewal.
Reaching for the sun. I am a mountain, reaching for the sun. My roots go down. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down. My roots go down, down into the earth.
In and breathing out. Welcome your body to this time of renewal, unity, being together in ritual. Bring your sorrows and your joys. We invite Erica Cunningham to give our land acknowledgement.
Good morning or afternoon. The coastal region of Central and Northern California, which includes Oakland, has a history dating back, has a recorded history dating back over 2,000 years. The inhabitants of that time were the Ohlone people, a Native American tribe formerly known as the Costianas. Here at Star King School for the Ministry, we acknowledge the land and labor of the Ohlone people, whose connection to this land we remember and we respect. As part of the seminary's commitment to educate religious spiritual leaders to counter oppressions, we acknowledge that the land we are meeting on today is the original homeland of the Ohlone people. We say thank you to the ancient people of this land and their descendants for their resilience in the face of generations of colonial oppressions. Today, some of us reckon with how and what we can do to atone for the gross injustices done to First Nations people and the stealing of their lands. Some of us long for forgiveness for the shameful behavior of our ancestors. Spiritually, we can seek forgiveness and find personal ways to repair what is broken. To acknowledge present day truths is a daily sacred action. For those of us who live in the Bay Area, we can support Indigenous communities through the Shumai land tax. Star King School for the Ministry encourages you to contribute. For those of you living in other parts of our shared world, please research how you can do something similar. Please take a moment to acknowledge the names of the first people to inhabit the lands you breathe on by typing their names into the chat. I invite Rachel to welcome us into this worship service.
Thank you, Erica. Welcome our beloved Star King community. Fellow seminarians, friends, colleagues, staff, honored teachers, alumni, and visitors. In this time of awakening, spring, we welcome the Lenten season, International Women's Day, Purim, and Ramadan. I hearken to Esther, who in the story of Purim stands in her convictions and intercedes for her people despite the real threat of death. She's held in her convictions, she's held by her community. Today, we remember our spiritual roots and core values. We draw strength from them as we imagine and birth, again and again, a just world, holding all in a resilient web of love. Thank you for joining in this time of sacred community and practice. I invite you to gather your candles for the chalice lighting. Greg Klein will lead us in the chalice lighting.
This chalice is one public symbol of Unitarian Universalism, a faith path that some of us share. Please join me in saying the Star King chalice lighting words that are found in the chat. With the kindling of this flame, we affirm our commitment to accept life's gifts with grace and gratitude, and to use them to bless the world with the spirit of love. And now I invite Pastor Jacqueline to light our red and white candles.
Thank you, Greg. The white and red candles are a tradition created to accompany the chalice lighting by our Emerita President Rebecca Parker. We kindle the flame of our red candle that symbolizes the abiding reality of love and the shared work to restore the human community and the earth to wholeness and harmony. We kindle the as a reminder that the evil of our days knocks more frequently on some doors than others. We kindle this flame as a symbol of the power of love to transform violence, to ease suffering, and to bless our dying. I invite Erica Cunningham to lead us in our first chant. And before I do that, I just want to give a shout out to Erica. She is doing a skill with Professor Cheryl Perdon, a skill around music for this entire spring semester to shepherd each chapel service with its music. Thank you, Erica. So I invite other seminarians to do the same. go knock on Sherry Prudhomme's door or other faculty members' doors and ask to do a skill. Just tell them that Pastor Jacqueline told you to do it. Erica, please lead us in that first chant.
Thank you, Pastor Jacqueline. So this first song, I want to uplift Melanie Dumore. The name of the song is One Foot, Lead with Love. I do acknowledge the ableist language with one foot. So I invite you to replace foot with whatever you see fit. Maybe it's a wheel, maybe it's a hand, maybe it's your ear. And the other thing that I would like to invite everyone to unmute. I welcome the cacophony of sound as a way to uplift all voices. I am a singer and I've had people tell me to shut up. So maybe for some of you, this is the only time today that you get to speak your voice out into the world with other voices. The lyrics are in the chat. So let us begin. So this first time I'm going to sing through the chorus once, and then I invite everyone to unmute. The verses are call and response. I will sing it, and then I will do this to invite your voice to do the response as I call it. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the
Other and lead with love.
Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love.
Don't give up hope.
Don't give up hope.
You're not alone.
You're
Not alone.
Don't you give up.
Don't you give up.
Keep moving on.
Keep moving on.
You
Gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love.
You gotta put
One foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love.
Lift up your eyes.
Lift up your eyes.
Don't you despair.
Don't you despair.
Look up ahead.
Look up ahead.
The path is there.
The path is there.
You gotta put one
One
foot in
foot
front
in front
of
of
the
the
other
other
and
and
lead
lead with love.
Put
One foot in front of the other
and
and lead with
love.
love.
You gotta put one
One
foot
foot in front of the other and lead with love.
Put one
from the other and lead
and
with
lead
love and lead with love
love
and
and lead with love.
love. Get every little bit of that. Thank you. I invite Greg to offer our poetry reading.
And in that spirit, I also ask you to participate in a reading with me. This is inspired by the Litany for Becoming by Enfleshed. And again, this is going to be a responsive reading. Your response to my words will be, "This is loving and being loved." And let's practice it once. This is loving and being loved. Perfect. To become is a lifelong process. Nothing is constant, not even the self. We evolve and grow, rooted in narratives meant only for some ways of being made, narrowed by fear and power. We must then have the courage to listen to the truths of our own lives, to the wisdom that comes from within, responding without resistance or need to control, but with welcome and curiosity. This is what ensures our becoming is an unfolding of our true selves. This
is
loving and being
loved.
This lifelong labor cannot be carried out alone. It requires help from friends, from lovers, family, and creaturely companions who bear witness to what makes us come alive. and say to us, listen, look, feel, pay attention to that. This
This
is
is
loving
loving
and
and
being
being
loved.
loved.
Celebrating renewal and new beginnings that excite, holding risks together, leaning into unknowns with the promise of support and companionship. This is loving, and being loved. Listening to the future, calling uniquely to each of us in the midst of all life's noise. Helping one another find our place in the shared labor of collective life. Supporting each other in what the world aches is asking from us. This
Is loving
and
and
being loved. To say for the first time, this is who I am. This is the truth of my body. This is what I know about myself. This is my name, and this is where my path is leading me. And to have heard it, have it received, have it affirmed, and then to say again and again as we change and as the world changes, and to have each proclamation greeted with an open-armed embrace. This
is
loving and being loved. There is no me without you. We shape one another. The sacred that birthed us weaves our lives together so that we can only find ourselves through shared becoming. My journey in all its winding ways, for yours, for those yet to come, for whom living our truths today will mean breaking possibilities open for them tomorrow, we pause. We give thanks and we acknowledge. And this is loving and being loved. Thank you, dear friends. And now, may I please ask you to mute yourselves once again for our next offering of the service.
Hello, everyone. I am so happy to be with you today. My name is Reverend Julia McKay. I'm a mixed race queer woman that has journeyed for decades with chronic health challenges. My pronouns are she and they. I'm a Unitarian Universalist minister and a 20-year alum of Star King School for the Ministry. So it is so good to see you and be with current students living into the deep and stunning call, my friends, that is ministry. My primary work in the world now is as an ensoulment coach and to be a facilitator of divine union. Those words actually came to me in a dream. And that, which for me means creating spaces and places in which it might be easier to be connected to one's sacred and unique center, as Greg was just so eloquently speaking about. So that's different from experiencing your individuality or your personality. It's the heart of your heart, the deepest, most true part of you. And one of my most important mentors, co-founder of Interplay and founder of the Hidden Monastery, Cynthia Winton Henry, says this: the art of ensoulment rests in the ability to bow to one's own sacred, unique, and yet interconnected center, and to be able to bow to that in others. So here we are in all of our diverse embodiments, and I say yay to that. I would join you in saying yay to that with me. And because we are going to be moving today with one another, I see a lot of you off screen, and I remember what seminary was like in the midst of studying, and it's all you can do to just get here. But if you feel like you can come on screen and be present in that way and move with one another, that's awesome, because I'd love to see your faces. And if you feel like you can't do that and you can take this in off screen, and you can come on and off. So I won't be bothered by any of that, but I want to just take a moment to look at who's here. Maybe you take a moment to look who's here, look who's above you, look who's below you, see beloved friends, colleagues. And before we start any embodiment work today, which is what I've been asked to do, I want to begin by naming the challenge that is living in a body, especially in our current circumstances, worldwide circumstances. I don't have to tell you all the ways that bodies and the bodies of millions are being threatened, demonized, colonized every day. These are big body deals that we all carry, and we've all had big body deals that we carry. One of the big body deals that I carry is I walk with chronic illness. And one of the symptoms of one of my chronic illnesses is a chronic cough. So I'm going to invite you, if I have to mute for a second and take care of a cough, I'm just going to invite you into a moment of silent meditation with me while I take care of my diverse embodiment. And you have the same permission to take care of yourself in that way. So, I was invited because I'm a certified interplay leader and an embodiment coach. And in interplay, we like to play with all these body deals that we have, right? Oh my goodness. The color of our skin, our affectional attractions, even the body deals where I don't feel at home in my own body, and how do I make friends and treat my body as a precious friend when I don't feel at home in it? I mean, we could name multiple ways. So in interplay, we try to play with those body deals and bring some lightness to what often feels really, really heavy. And so one of the first things we do in interplay is try to relax what we call the hard focus on things. We're always, especially in seminary, we're in major hard focus around these issues and our learning and our studying. And so we sometimes get stuck there. So I'm just going to invite you to put your hand on your forehead if you feel so inclined, and kind of gather up that hard focus that's right there, and be able to go, wee! And I had a truck go by. So let's do that a couple of times. Gather up the hard focus and say wee, and just let it go. Just wish it off and just relax the mind. And I invite you into some calm mind, because that allows us often to drop into the body and to be in the body. And so, we are also in a culture that perpetuates the idea that mind and body are separate, that spirit and body are separate, that mind and spirit are superior to the body somehow. Those are deep cultural, colonized ideas that remain in our culture that are so damaging to our wholeness. And what I've experienced in my own life in this journey into truth that the body holds is that sometimes to match our body's outward expression to our deepest inward truth is perhaps some of the most profound spiritual journey we can have. So no matter what we're dealing with, it's powerful to remember that the body is the seat of the soul. I think many spiritual teachers talk about the body being up, or the spirit being up and out, but the soul being down in. And so today is an invitation to go down, 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 deep inside yourself, and be in community with others who are doing the same thing. And today is also about creating some fun and ease in doing that. It always sounds so serious, but interplay teaches us that the more we approach our lives with play and a light heart, we can remember that our bodies are the site of joy and compassion and great comfort. And so I just invite you in whatever way, shape, form, mental attitude space you're in, whatever you are in is just fine. And so to start, I'd like to just do a quick checking in with our bodies. And so you might take your hands to the top of your body, wherever you think the top of your body is. As you're lying down, the top of your body might be here if you're at home lying down on the couch. So wherever the top of your body is, and just give yourself a moment of comfort and say, I see you, I feel that head that's working so hard. Feel your hair, you might even rub it a little bit, just checking in with your skull and your brain. And then check in with your face, give it a little rub. And you can even make noises. Oh, it feels so good when we do that kind of thing. You might even jiggle your lips and teeth and tongue. Check in with your neck and go on to your shoulders and just keep going, checking in with all the skin on your body. If you feel like you want to stand up, you don't have to, but if you want to, just check in with all of your skin, front and back, and give your body a nice little hello. We're just going to say hello right now. And maybe all the way down to your toes, feeling your feet flat on the ground. And I would invite you to unmute for a second, shake it all out. You might make a noise, blah, 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 blah. And you might take a big deep breath. Big sigh. Gosh, that feels good. Let's do it again if you'd like. I'll invite you into another big deep breath and a big sigh. And I'll be back in a bit. Let's just stay with the bodies we've said hello to.
Thank you, Julia. This next song I'm going to offer is we put the words in the chat right now. It's called The River is Flowing. It's a Native American folk song written in the 1970s by Sun Bear, a member of the Chippewa tribe. And I have the river flowing behind me. The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing back to the sea. Mother Earth, carry me, the child I will always be. Mother Earth, carry me back to the sea. The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing back to the sea. Mother Earth, carry me, child I will always be. Mother Earth, carry me back to the sea. The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing back to the sea. Mother Earth, carry me, the child I will always be. Mother Earth, carry me back to the sea. Back to the sea, back to the sea. Thank you.
Thank you, Erica. I'm going to read a poem. It's called Be Like the Trees by Rachel Theo Morelli. Get quiet now, dear. Be like the trees. Stand still. Root. Tune your being. Commune with all life. Share understanding with all. Honor the message. Look out for neighbors. Share the abundance with them. Trust you have enough. Together we thrive. We value life and nurture. Invest in thriving. Love for all beings. We repair harm when needed. Grow strength and wisdom.
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love.
When I breathe in,
When I breathe in, I'll
I
breathe in peace.
When I breathe
When
out,
I breathe out,
I
I'll
breathe
breathe
out
out
love.
love. Breathe in,
I
breathe out. Breathe
When I breathe
in,
out, I breathe out
breathe
love.
out. When I breathe in.
Thank you for that. Now, please join me in a brief conversation with the universe in celebration of our gathering, for the sense of rootedness that holds us together and the opportunity to renew as classmates, colleagues, friends, and family that hold us as we create meaning together in our lives and in this spiritual community. Spirit of love and light, we are filled with gratitude for the continued gifts of renewal and replenishment through celebrations. This month specifically is a celebration of Ramadan, where time is taken for introspection and acknowledging those that are less fortunate. So to those who will be celebrating this month, we wish you Ramadan Kareem. We also celebrate St. Patrick's Day, originally a celebration of the arrival of Christianity to Ireland, and now also a community celebration of all things Irish. And this evening, we will see the full splendor of our universe with a full moon. And so, it's with these celebrations in mind that I invite you to hold a moment of internal peace. Notice what arises in your body. As we give time for everyone to write in the chat any hopes, dreams, celebrations, or requests for spiritual care and pastoral care. Please do note that should you have a desire for individual time and care, please send your chat directly to Pastor Jacqueline, who will respond to your request within 48 hours. And please take a moment and write in your chat as it comes to you. Hope for abundant joy and peace, joy and ease, holding friends, celebrating joy. I lift up to the tender mercies of the universe these joys, gratitudes, and expressions of pain that may or may not have been spoken, written, or silently held to ourselves. For all that lifts us, holds us, and sustains us, we give our thanks. Amen and blessed be.
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love.
When I breathe in,
When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace.
Ah, beautiful prayer. Thank you. So here we are again together. And the thing that I have found most important, when I'm doing worship services since COVID, since more war, since more hateful aggression in our world, our deepest need is to be connected to what roots us and also what connects us to one another. So today we are going to practice being more grounded and connected. And we can do this by actually engaging more embodied practice, engaging more of our body while we're sitting here in front of each other on Zoom. And when we can each feel our own body in the current little Zoom square that you're in, you can find a sense of connection even across the miles. I'm sitting here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. So I'm grateful to Zoom that I can be with you in this way. So I'm going to guide us through a 10-minute kind of movement meditation in 4 dimensions that can help us root and renew. And so you can do it with your eyes closed. You can find a soft focus on something neutral in your room. But I invite you to simply attend to your own body and see what you notice as we go through these dimensions. So first, I invite you to come into some kind of aligned position. If you're laying on the ground or a couch, you can find some straight alignment in your spine. If you're standing up, you can have your spine aligned this way. If you stay seated, you can do that too. Align from top to bottom and just notice the through line in your body, right? From the top of your skull to the bottom of your sits bones and back up. And you might even lengthen from your fingers to your toes, maybe arms up if you choose, as tree branches, imagining ourselves as tree branches and feeling our feet sinking into the deep roots into the ground. Take a moment to feel connection with the ground and the sky. So this vertical plane, this is where you say, I am. Take a moment to bring yourself more to the truth of who you are without apology. The vertical plane is your dignity, the I am. And if you don't feel completely at home in your body, as many people do at certain times in their lives, being fully connected to your body in your dignity, in your sacred, unique center, just as you are right now, will lead you to your evolving truth. You might even play with harsh winds that might sway the tree. The trunk might bend, but it doesn't break. You can allow your body to bend in any direction. Branches dancing with the wind and feeling that bending, but not breaking. And then again, finding that vertical plane, energizing yourself by sinking your roots deeper into the earth, nourishing your body from the earth. If you are tired or in pain, rest in this I am. This is the rootedness of you. Pause, notice. And I invite a deep breath with me. And we'll go into the second dimension, which is exploring your width, feeling the space between your two sides. And maybe we can get gallery view here for just a minute so you can see who's on either side of you. And you might even play with, can you touch hands with who's right there in the Zoom square next to you? Maybe even play with who's above and below you. But reaching out in connection to one another in fun and in play. See if you can find room side to side for everything that you are. Play with putting your hands on both sides of you, palm to palm. Feel the presence of each other. Imagining the tree roots connecting us all underground. If you're out there in the Bay Area, you're in those big, beautiful redwood forests, and those monsters stand up because they're all connected by their rootedness together underground. Imagine us connected on this plane. So the horizontal plane is the we. This is the plane of ever widening circles of care and concern. And you don't need to decide in this moment how that feels or whether you dislike the energy or not. Just be with what's here and notice. Notice how it feels to be connected side to side, rooted with others. And I'll invite another deep breath. And now bring in your depth. The third dimension is front to back. You might feel your back against the chair for a minute, or your clothes against the skin of your back. Or on the ground, if you're lying down, your back is going to be on the ground or on a couch. And you might stretch forward your open heart. Literally let your physicality stretch open and move towards me and one another. And then you can pull your energy back to your spine and even give yourself a hug. But know that you have the choice to pull forward into your open heart when you want to, but then also to pull back and keep your soul protected and close to your spine if you need to. If you find yourself in that place where you are stressed out by other people's energies, try observing from just a bit of distance. Maybe, just backing up your soul to your spine for a moment will increase your energy. And now see if you can feel yourself in the middle of this back and front, right? There's all the way front, and then there's back, and then there's a middle place where you live in relationship to what's happened back there. What's happened already in the past? What has shaped me? What have I inherited? And now we look forward to what may emerge into the future. Who may I become enfleshed into the future? It might be totally different than what's back there or what's here right now. So this third dimension is the plane of living in space and time, forward and back. Your spirit team lives here, your ancestors, blood relatives or not, your progeny, blood relatives or not. And I invite you to just call out a name of your ancestors, those who have come before you, who are on your spirit team. Bring them to your present moment. And then you might call out the names of those who are in front of you, who you are giving life to and handing life to. And those can be the children of the world, not necessarily my own children. And I invite one more deep breath. And I always like to just stretch my arms up when I breathe because it just feels so good. And now sense the fourth and final dimension, one that is larger than all of us, surrounding us, infusing all with its animating force. You might find a spiral with your hands, making arches above your body, some way of feeling connected to the animating force that's infusing all. I love the words of Julian of Norwich when she said, "All shall be well, all shall be well, for there is a force of love moving through the universe that holds us fast and will never let us go." So in this moment, feel the you that is connecting beyond yourself to the whole in this plane of the big love, the web of love, the source of our resilience. What does it feel like? Just notice for a second, what does it feel like to be in the net of creation? I think of those wonderful tales in Avatar where that has all the tendrils in there and they hook in. That's how it feels to me when we hook into the web of love, the web of resilience, the web of the animating force of life. Can you rest right here? Notice. My body and your body are one in this divine space when we go there together. And finally, now bring it all together. I'll invite you back to the vertical. You might make some vertical movement. The I am, the dignity of who I am. And the horizontal, the we are, connect with those who are with us right here in this circle. The depth of past, present, and future, and the beyond all understanding. And just for one moment more, notice what you notice. Feel yourself in this space that is the four-dimensional self. Sense your 4D self. So as you go through your week, I encourage you to ground yourself in all of these options. You have all those options for grounding, for renewal, for resilience. Thank you for taking a chance to move your body with me.
Rachel and I will offer this duet from Rising Appalachia in the theme of resilience. I am resilient. I trust the movement. I negate the chaos, uplift the negative. I show up at the table again and again and again. I'll close my mouth and learn to listen. Whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, 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 oh.
These times are poignant. The winds have shifted. It's all we can do to stay uplifted. Pipelines through backyards, wolves howling out front. Yeah, I got my crew, but truth is what I want. Realigned and on point. Power to the peaceful. Prayers to the waters. Women at the center. All vessels open to give and receive. Let's see the system brought down to its knees. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I'm made of thunder. I'm made of lightning. I'm made of dirt, yeah. Made of the fine things. My father taught me that I'm a speck of dust and this world was made for me. So let's go and try our luck, yeah. I got my roots down, 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 down deep.
I got my roots down, 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 down deep.
I've got my roots down, down, down deep.
I've got my roots down, down, down deep.
So what are we doing here? What has been done? What are you going to do about it when the world comes undone? My voice feels tiny, and I'm sure so does yours. Put us all together, make a mighty roar. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, 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 oh. I am resilient. I trust the movement. I negate the chaos, uplift the negative. I'll show up at the table again and again and again. I'll close my mouth and learn to listen.
What a rich morning we've had together. We have a few minutes for community reflection. What did you notice in your 4 body directions? Where are your roots? How do you renew? I invite the community to come together to offer some responses to those questions. You can unmute yourself and say it out loud. You can write your response in the chat, and our colleague Greg Klein will read your responses. But let's have a few minutes for conversation. A few minutes. Again, what did you notice in your body as Reverend Julia led us through those 4 movements? Where are your roots? What renews you? Let's listen in. Let's listen down, deep, deep, deep to each other. Can we be on gallery, Reverend Chris? Thank you. What did you notice?
I noticed the willingness of participation was truly amazing. Thank you all.
Thank you, Greg.
I especially enjoyed doing this in a group as well. It felt good. Greg was one of my window mates, and so we got to touch hands, which was fun. And I feel more space in my body. I feel more spacious and awake and present, and that's really lovely.
Thank you, Anya.
Rachel writes she felt love, quiet peace, deep provision.
Mm. Appreciative of any space where I, at my tender but ripe age of 69, can come and move with ease. So that was just divine, just divine, and not have a lot of consciousness or too much consciousness about it. Like, okay, Reverend Sherry's younger than me and she's on the screen. She's going to be seeing me move, kind of creak and crack. But today it was like A-okay.
I also really enjoyed that playfulness. I had Erica on one side and Julia on the other. And I don't know if I was on your sides, but it felt like there was a little bit of contact. And so I just appreciated the invitation into connecting through time and space in this new medium that is become, for so many of us, a new kind of way of being together. And just the blessing of bringing body into that in a different way. And the music, oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you. And the words, really, I just really needed this chapel today. So thank you all so much.
Because I like shameless promotion, Reverend Sherry, thank you so much for partnering with Erica to offer this skill of music. It has been just glorious. So thank you very, very much.
I know. I know one of the things that I noticed is I feel like I've given you a little piece of candy, and I just want to give you the whole bowl of candy. So I did put in the chat, if you want more, go find the inner players who are. Sherry can tell you where they are. She's an inner player herself, and I'm sure you've all heard of interplay. Go find them. Have embodied community. It's an amazing community of folks. As a matter of fact, when I was in seminary, I felt like interplay was the only thing that kept me alive. And my best friends from seminary are really the interplay community that have followed me through all these years of my life since. So I hope you find them. And Cynthia Winton Henry is offering a course called The Art of Ensoulment, which is really more about this deeper piece of unique self. It's a little bit less playful and more of a study of yourself, but really wonderful. So I hope you join us. And I'm available for ensoulment coaching for individuals as well. So you can contact me if you'd like.
We love it because of how Spirit has moved through this service. We will use this time as an opportunity for cyber chat. So if you just want to say hello or hi to one another, or just take a look around to see who is here today, because when we extinguish the flames and Rachel offers our benediction, we will close out the Zoom room. So any other comments or curiosities or noticings, or just want to give a shout out about something to someone before we move forward and bring back 1 foot, lead with love?
Reverend Pastor Jacqueline, I would love to give a shout out. Thank you.
Dana, shout.
Well, thank you to this amazing worship team for this space today. I really appreciate it. And I want to give a shout out to the Star King Black women of the Chalice group, which is a group of Black women seminarians who come together every first Monday of the month to connect and be in community together. I had no idea that I needed this group, and I'm so, so grateful to the women who have created it and held it together. This year we've had amazing people come in, like Reverend Carol Sissel, and last night Reverend Dr. Kiyama. And we've got Sophia Betancourt coming, Reverend Kimberly Quinn Johnson, and of course our own Reverend Rosemary Bray McNatt. So it is just a phenomenal space to have, to be in formation as a woman of color seeking to serve a denomination that is predominantly white. It's so important to have these healing spaces, and I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Dana. And we're grateful for you to be among us today. So thank you for being here. Other shout outs or whispers? Well, beloveds, let's move forward with our closing song, One Foot Lead with Love. And then that will be followed by Rachel offering our benediction as we extinguish our flames.
Okay, we three seminarians will be highlighted to close out this last round. I also put the lyrics in the chat. In the interest of time, we will just do the chorus once through. So, Rachel, Greg, you ready? All right. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. I know you're scared.
I know you're scared.
And I'm scared too.
And I'm scared too.
But here I am.
But here I am.
Right next to you.
Right next to you.
You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. One foot in front of the other and lead with love. And lead with love. And lead with love.
Go forth, beautiful ones, as we extinguish the chalice. Go forth from here and know that you are held in love. Remember your roots. May they give you strength to courageously embody your visions. Remember, you've got your roots down, 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 down deep. You got your roots down, down, down deep. Blessings.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Beloveds, next month in April, the Reverend Jay Atkinson will be leading chapel, for I will be away for 3 weeks in the Holy Land. So please come out and support the seminarians who will lead chapel in April alongside Reverend Jay Atkinson. Go in peace and root and renew. Bye, everyone. Thank you, Julia. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks all.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Matthew.